You don't wake up dreaming of McDonald's fries. You wake up dreaming of McDonald's hash browns. McDonald's breakfast comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Erin.
And you're listening to Ropedrop Parkhop.
We have a sickie in the
I
room.
have my sexy voice. So pardon me today. Sorry, I'm trying to get over this before we travel. I probably should be drinking emergency like water.
Like mainlining it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? I've always
what?
wanted to try is one of those IVs where they come to your house and do like an infusion.
Do you follow? You should try it, sure. But
Yeah.
do you follow the guy who runs the home call nursing? Table Rock Medicine. Have you heard of it? It's a local business, and they do house calls for like urgent care things like that. He just posted like last week. He said those don't work, so don't waste your money. So
They don't work.
I
mean, you're still getting hydrated one way or the other.
Right.
An IV is good for hydration.
Right. I think he meant it more like if you're trying to get over a
Gotcha.
sickness or
No,
whatever.
I was thinking more like an energy boost. Like,
Do it.
Because they do a B12
Yeah.
infusion in them too.
Try it. Nurses, chime in. If you're out there listening, tell us.
Could they throw some emergency in the bag?
You can drink the emergency in one hand while you're getting the IV in
Sounds
the other.
good.
Thankfully, you're getting it over, though, before you travel.
I hope
hopefully.
so, yeah.
And we've done the same thing at our house. I actually have to call today and get an appointment real quick because one of my kids has an earache. And I'm like, oh, ear infection would really not be fun on a flight.
Yes, it would not. Ask my Noah how that feels.
I'm sorry, Noah.
All right, we are going to read a review, and then we've got lots of news today, so buckle up. This is from Mom and Her Boy, which cute. I love a boy mom. She says, I love this podcast. My son, who is 11, won't let me listen without him. We're planning another trip to Disneyland this coming October, 2 years ago, and can't wait. I love listening to new episodes and older ones, too. Great info in both. Plus, we're from Meridian, too. Thanks for the time and effort put into this fun podcast. I wonder if we know her.
I don't know. That's really
Tell
fun.
us if you're still listening and, private message us and tell us who you are.
Yeah. We did get a message last week from the review we read last week. And she's
good.
like, I'm still here.
Oh, good.
I love that so much.
That's awesome.
It's
Thank
my
you
favorite.
for that review. And here's your reminder to go do it if you haven't already. We love them.
We do love them
all
lots.
of them. All right. We got lots of news. After I, said all of my fancy sneak peek info from the 70th marketing that I went to, Disney went and dropped all of that news before the podcast episode dropped. So you probably were all like, oh, well, that's exciting.
They were like, you're not special.
Right. But they gave us some even more fun stuff that's coming. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We've got some Season of the Force stuff to talk about. We've got some South by Southwest announcements that were made on Saturday, which that was a nice little, by the way, we're live streaming this and there should be some really cool announcements. They gave us like a 24-hour heads up that was happening.
Here's my question. I thought South by Southwest was a music festival.
It's just like a I don't know. It's kind of become content is how I feel it is. I'm
Googling it.
There is music for sure. But it's like podcast hosts come. And
Oh, okay. So South by Southwest is a festival and conference that takes place annually where? Do you know?
Austin.
Yes, good job. It celebrates the convergence of music, film, technology, and culture. Interesting.
So,
I feel like back in the day, it was music.
Maybe.
But I could be wrong.
As long as I've known about it, it's been more of just like it called. Yeah. Maybe we'll get invited someday. We're putting it out there.
Hey there.
I know a lot
South
of
by
podcasts
Southwest.
I follow get invited.
Do
to
they?
do like little live recordings.
I've
there and
never
stuff.
been to Austin.
I have not either.
But I'm in. Let's do it. Dear Disney / South by Southwest.
I hear good things about Austin. Okay, so what should we talk about first? Should we do the 70th stuff?
Sure.
I have mixed emotions. The 70th decor is very cute. It's very bright and colorful. They have this weird castle sculpture that's going in the
You
Esplanade.
don't love it?
I don't love it.
Okay.
It looks like a plastic sandcastle, like a giant plastic sandcastle.
Sure. I can see that. And
It's
also
50 feet tall.
it's so I agree. It's different. I don't know. It might be fun.
It'll probably be fine in real life.
Yeah, I think it looks okay. It's probably going in the big circle with Mickey's head, which they kind of revamped a little bit last year and put
Stanchions.
around it. Yes, but they don't use them all the time.
No, only when it's wet, I think.
Maybe. But I'm wondering if this is why.
Maybe.
Like they were preparing for this.
They're training people not to walk across there.
They're getting people ready for this sandcastle.
I mean, it'll be a fun photo op, right?
Yes. If it looks like the picture, I think it's fun. I like it.
It says the design will contain colorful glass panels and golden charms that represent the 5 original lands of Disneyland.
Interesting. Glass panels feels interesting to me in the middle of an Esplanade, but that's okay. I'm down to withhold judgment.
Okay, all right. And then there's going to be a new floral Mickey in front of the train station.
And the whole train station is decked out.
Yes.
There's ribbons, and there's, of course, the
bunting.
Yes, the bunting, and what are those other things
Banners.
called? Yes. Anyway.
That's bunting, the little half circles.
Oh, it is?
That's called bunting. Mm-hmm.
What are the other things called?
Banners.
Drapes. Anyway, there's all kinds of things. And then there's a big 70th Celebrate Happy medallion in the middle that has I like this also, and I really love the jewel tones. I really love the turquoise
really
and
pretty.
the purple and I think it's really pretty.
Main Street, where the Christmas tree and Winky Blinky usually go, is going to be a display. It's called a display. It's a 70th display.
That one's a meh for me.
Yeah,
because I feel like
maybe they'll zhuzh that one up a little bit as it gets closer.
Maybe, but at this point, looking at the concept art, it feels a lot like this is the 3rd time we've seen this. We saw it in the Esplanade with the castle. We saw it right when we came in with Mickey, and here it is again. And so this just feels now for me, Disney, as if you care. It feels repetitive.
Yeah, I
redundant.
Agree. But I mean, you got to have photo ops everywhere, right?
Right. True story.
They need the free advertising to get people there.
And if that wasn't enough, they also were going to have the same medallion over near that little fountain at the entrance to downtown Disney. So they're going to have a few of these throughout the park.
Medallions everywhere. And the medallion on the castle, which we've already seen the castle art. And then I think we kind of know why Carthay Circle has been under refurb.
Yep.
It's going to get decorated
Just
too.
kidding.
Yeah, probably. Says the exterior of the restaurant will invite everyone to celebrate happy. So they'll have a little projection show on Carthay Circle in the evenings. We already talked about how Small World's getting a projection show, right? Did we talk about that, or is that from
we
this?
Didn't.
This is from this.
Yes.
Okay, well, Small World's getting a projection show also.
Which is so cool.
Yes. And then Small World on the inside is getting some new things.
Which I love. We did talk a little bit about this, I think.
No, we didn't.
We talked a little bit about the song. That the song is going to have the additional verse.
The additional characters is what I'm really excited about now, though. And we have an opening date for Small World, which is not July 17th. We kind of thought that they would wait until they debut the song, but not.
Which makes me really happy because that means we get to see it when we go in June.
Yes. So we get Miguel and Dante in Small World in the Mexico section. Who else is in there already? Oh, the 3 Caballeros are the other characters that are in that section already. So they're not replacing them, though, right?
I don't
It
think
didn't look like it. It looked like they were on the left-hand side and the 3 Caballeros are on the right. So very cute, very exciting. We got a little more details on the New World of Color show as well.
But did we say it opens April 25th?
Oh, yeah,
April 25th
25th
of 2025.
Yes.
So, yay!
Which that's sooner than when the 70th starts.
That's super soon.
But that is probably the longest closure Small World has ever had. It closed in January. 4 months.
Like to take it off, except for remember the time it leaked.
Was it closed for that long?
I think it was closed for quite a while then,
we might
too.
have to look that up.
That might be an interesting little fun fact. Okay, let's talk about this. This is kind of exciting. The Celebrate Happy Cavalcade.
Yeah.
Which usually I'm not super stoked about cavalcades, but there's something really cool about this one. It's going to follow the parade route. Typical. But we're going to get some new friends.
We get some Japan.
Yes.
Some Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland.
And they're in
friends.
Shanghai and in Asia in general.
Right. Yes, yes.
So we get to see Duffy, Shelley May.
I believe they also hang out at Alani a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, so I'm super excited about this. Shelley May, Duffy, Gelatoni. Who else do they have there? Olumel. I don't know all of them, but I know that there's...
the turtle's name?
That's Olumel. Yeah, I just was watching Provost Park Pass yesterday, and he is doing a little Asian tour, and so he was talking about them.
Yeah, he just completed his last Disney
Shanghai,
park, which, congratulations, Chris.
That's awesome. He was talking about, I didn't know this, but Shanghai, he was saying how I don't really understand very much about this kind, especially travel to China.
Mm-hmm.
But he was saying that for what he was doing, he got a 144-hour visa. Like, it's a really quick in and out visa. And one of the rules of this visa was that you couldn't depart to the same place you had arrived from. So he came in from, so he's like, so if you're coming from the U.S., you can't come from the U.S. and then go back to the U.S. for this particular visa. And so he came from, one place and then had to go to another when he left, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
and he
that
was
is
just there for
interesting.
just a couple days and did the parks. He's got some pretty great content. If you're interested in Shanghai content, go check it out. But he talked a little, they're big fans because they've been to the Asia parks quite a bit. And they're big fans of Duffy and Friends. And so I'm excited to have them. That's going to be super fun, I think.
Yeah, and I think part of the reason they're having them come over to these parks is it's their 20th anniversary this year, Duffy and Friends.
Oh, happy birthday.
So they are having their own special celebration over at Tokyo Disney this year. So they're going to be celebrating all around the world, apparently.
Did you talk about the projection? Or did we just talk about the interior?
On Small World?
Yeah.
We said there was going to be a projection. I don't think I described it. Go for it.
It's called Tapestry of Happiness.
Everything's happy.
Everything
We're just
is happy.
celebrating
We're
happy.
celebrating happy. Yep. Tapestry of Happiness. An animated mosaic of Disneyland attractions, moments, and memories brought to life in a unique style inspired by the work of legendary Disney artist who? Mary Blair, of course. They're going to feature the 70th celebration theme song, Celebrate Happy, which I assume is the fireworks song. And they are going to give lots of nods to different tunes from across the decades. So I'm pretty excited to see that.
Very cute.
I like projections. It's a small world. Could we light it also?
Yes.
Could we put some
I'm
lights
guessing
on
they
it?
will.
Do you think like Christmassy?
Maybe.
Like some sort of lights? Give us some jewel-toned lights.
Yes, I was just going to say, I feel like they have a color scheme they could go with. That'll work.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's stay over at Disneyland for a minute. We, of course, all know that Paint the Night is coming back. It doesn't sound like there's any brand new floats, but it says Anna and Elsa will rejoin the parade.
Yeah, so
did they go away?
Yes. So when it was moved over to California Adventure, the Anna and Elsa float was too tall.
That's right.
For the cables. And so they took it away for DCA.
I was looking at those cables last time I was there and thinking, I wonder if they'll get rid of them.
I bet they do.
Because I don't know. That makes me sad.
I know.
It makes me very sad.
I know.
But okay.
I know.
But anyway, so Frozen will be back. Congratulations, all you Frozen fans.
Congratulations, Frozen dancers. You're off your sabbatical. How excited on a scale of 1 to 10 are you for Paint the Night?
11.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't even stand it. I added the song to one of my ringers. I have do you have different alarms for things? Because I'm just so afraid the alarm's going to go off and I'm going to think it's nothing.
Something that you don't need to worry about.
Yeah. And so I have Disney songs for my, when I need to do dining for clients or when I need to make a phone call or something like that. I'll set a Disney alarm. And one of mine is When Can I See You Again by Owl City.
Cute. All right. And then Wondrous Journeys is coming back as well. And for those of you that haven't seen it before, it includes some fan favorites like Hercules, Princess and the Frog, Peter Pan, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Moana, Encanto, and more. And it has a little
flying Baymax.
And there's a flying Baymax, and there's some Walt quotes going on, which I think is really cool. Walt does some of the show. Okay, shall we move over to DCA for a minute?
Yeah, World of Color.
World of Color.
New song, new show, the all-new World of Color show. World of Color, Happiness.
Yes.
Happiness in jewel tones.
Hosted by the Inside Out characters. And this is what I'm actually, besides the Goofy movie presence,
yes,
Boys to Men will lend their legendary R&B vocals in a rendition of Rainbow Connection. So Muppets and
Boys to Men
and a Goofy movie, I'm in.
And Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrum. Fitz and the Tantrums. It's plural. Plural tantrums.
Yes. They've written an original song just for World of Color titled Makes Me Wanna Move. So this sounds like it's going to be a big old happy dance party.
I mean, it's called Happiness.
When we were at the marketing event, they made sure to emphasize over and over again that this whole celebration is meant to feel like a big birthday party.
Oh, fun.
So the ads and stuff will feature people getting invitations to this party and like dancing, and like the universal happy language is dance, right?
Right.
So,
sure. Is it?
Don't you feel like when you're in a
when
happy
you're excited,
mood,
you do like a happy dance? Yeah. But that's not all. according to this press release. The fun starts even before World of Color begins with a special message from some familiar faces. With the guidance of Joe the Legal Weasel.
I didn't know that was his name, did you?
No. Did I? I don't think so.
Well, he's cute.
Joe the Legal Weasel.
Legal Weasel.
I feel like Heath needs a Joe the Legal Weasel t-shirt for this. More than a dozen of the Muppets will deliver their message through vivid projections and expressive fountains ahead of the show. So we're canceling the Muppets on one coast, kind of,
Brain
not
over.
really.
Does this mean, could we possibly get Muppet Vision 3D back in the theater?
They did say that they're going to try to figure out a way to immortalize
Preserve it.
Yeah, so let's bring it back. Nobody cares about PhilharMagic.
No.
Let's be honest.
No.
Could we put it somewhere in Disney? It belongs in Disneyland. Could we put it over in like Captain EO, like somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that.
Because that was a 3D show when it was Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Dear Disney, this is a big one.
But the theater in DCA is just made for it. It's got the balcony for Statler and Waldorf already.
Yeah.
It's got the hole
how
in the
hard
back.
would it be to build out a balcony facade?
Not very.
I don't think. I'm not a construction.
But could we move PhilharMagic over to Captain EO instead, maybe?
That's what I'm saying.
I see.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying
PhilharMagic
Muppet Vision
over there.
3D.
No, Muppet Vision 3D belongs in DCA. Put
Yes.
PhilharMagic over in
Yes.
Captain EO.
Okay. And then the parade over at DCA will be the Pixar Pal Around celebration of parade. What is it called?
in the world are you talking about?
The parade that's coming to DCA.
Oh.
It's coming back. Pixar Pals.
Better Together.
Better
a
Together.
Pixar Pal
Thank you.
celebration. The Pixar Pal around the park and celebrate and dance because it's happy.
Yes, there it is. The Wheel of Death parade.
Yeah, that's what they had a couple of years ago. They're not bringing back Pixar Fest, but they're bringing back the parade from Pixar Fest. So that will be fun and cute.
Sorry. And then Toy Story Midway Mania is getting some 70th medallions as well. So on the screens where you're shooting, there will be some new.
This is going to throw everybody off who's really good at getting some good scores.
We're looking at you, Joey. You may not be as good for a minute.
You're not going to be able to score 300,000 anymore, Joey. Merch. Cute merch.
Super cute merch.
I will tell you. Okay, so they showed the bag, which if you've looked at the merch, this is the bag that we were talking about on our episode last week that Katie got when she attended this preview that she went to. So cute. The bag is so cute. I love it. The Spirit jersey, however, is probably my favorite Spirit jersey ever.
It's really pretty.
It is really pretty. It's those pretty jewel tones on the back of a black Spirit jersey, and it's a necessity. It's
so
not
pretty.
a want, it's a need.
I wish that I could wear Spirit jerseys.
Well,
they make me look about 3 feet tall.
Oh, because they're long?
Yeah.
Let's get you like a kid's one. Probably. I bet you could do a kid's one now.
Maybe.
And
or
bet it's
maybe I
shorter.
could cut it off. Make it like a cut-off sweatshirt.
Yeah, you'd have to hem it, but I bet because it would probably
Mm-hmm.
unravel. Anyway, it's cute.
Yes.
I am a big fan.
So
good job,
yeah,
guys.
like we talked about last week, this is phase 1 of the merch is these jewel tones, and then there will be a few more phases of merch coming out that I'm really excited about. They're really pretty.
I am too.
Okay.
Good things. Good
things. And then if coming to the resort for all of this wasn't enough enticement for you, we've got some sales going on as well that started today. So there's a Disneyland anniversary ticket offer. There is some limited time hotel offers. So reach out if you're planning a trip anytime soon. This is just for the summer, I believe.
It's
May 16th through September 26th.
Yeah, exactly. And we have already been busy. Both of us have been busy this morning going in and editing some of our clients' packages to save them some money. That's something that we do for you. I actually texted one of my clients this morning to tell her I had saved her some money. And she immediately was like, yay, you're better than somebody else. I won't name names. Somebody else already.
A bulk sales.
Because that's something that we do when you book a trip with us. We monitor for price.
Yes.
Price. What's the
Adjustments?
word?
Improvements. Yes.
Price improvements.
Perfect. Little correction. It is May 16th through August 14th for tickets. And this is for 3 and 4 day park tickets. You can add park hopper. The hotel savings are May 16th through September 26th. So
I feel like that might be a birthday trip.
yeah, maybe. It doesn't say how long the ticket offer will be good, like how soon you have to buy them. The hotel deals you have to book by May 15th to use that.
And a little, I don't even know if it's a warning. I feel like Disney pulls these ticket deals sometimes. Like they have an allotment available, and then
but they never say
gone,
what it is.
They're gone.
Right.
Yes. And so if this is something you're interested in, you put down a deposit for your trip, and it is fully refundable up to 30 days before travel. So if you are thinking about taking a trip, make the booking, pay the $200 deposit, and then change your mind later if that's what you decide to do, because sometimes these promos end with no warning and you lose out on the savings. And I see, this last week there was another savings promo that ended kind of suddenly, and I saw probably 10 different posts on Disneyland pages on Facebook that were like, wait, what happened to this promo? I was going to book it today. Book it when you think you might want to go, and you can always cancel it.
Yes, especially in a package.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I forgot to talk about last week that they teased is what's going on in the Main Street Opera outside of the theater. So in the lobby, as you exit, they will have a really cool walk-through display of the history of the animatronics at Disneyland. So they'll have some artifacts and things from the early days of Disneyland, from when the animatronics were being developed, and like the storyboards for all of that and stuff. So I'm really excited for that, because I think that was one of Walt's like favorite things ever was,
animatronics.
which is why I love sitting in the tiki room and watching those birds, because it makes me think, like this was one of his things that he was able to develop with his Imagineers. They were cutting edge,
right. Speaking of Imagineers, did you watch our friend Tom, who's in our rope dropping and park hopping group, come join? Because
it's fun.
It's a fun group. And Tom's been one of our buddies. I mean, he's an OG. He's been around for a long time. But he posted a link to a YouTube video that my family and I watched last night. Have you watched it? You should. It's an Imagineering. Apparently, it's a series on YouTube, but it's an Imagineering behind the scenes. And there was some really cool stuff. But he chatted with Bob Gurr. And oh my gosh, Bob Gurr, if you're listening, you're not.
You're a national treasure.
If anybody who is listening has any kind of connection with Bob Gurr, we want him on the podcast. I would die. I would cry. But he's the cutest little thing. And he sat there and talked about developing the monorail, developing the Autopia vehicles, developing the Omnimover. And he got a little teary-eyed because he talked about his role in developing the fire truck. And he talked about how this is totally side story, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But he talked about how he had a role in developing the fire truck because there wasn't one at Disneyland. And so he actually suggested it to Walt. And Walt was like, sure. And he got to develop it. And it's the last photo of Walt before he passed inside the park is him sitting. It's the famous one of him sitting in the fire truck with Mickey Mouse, kind of looking into the distance. And he got a little weepy about it, just that was something he had such a big part in. But talking about this, they talk a lot about animatronics and how they build animatronics and how they work in Imagineering to build these animatronics and to make them better, and how Walt started this. And it was a big deal back then, and it's a big deal now. And you got to see some really cool behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like there was two people that were standing in the ballroom on Haunted Mansion with the lights on talking. And I was like, that's so cool.
Super cool.
Like places you would totally want to go, and you never do.
Yeah.
They did a little ride through, not a long ride through, but of Cosmic Rewind with the lights on, which was cool. And I don't know, it was just cool.
Fun.
It was a cool video.
Awesome.
So Tom, thanks for sharing. It was really cool.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. I remember Uncle Matt telling us a really cool story about that fire truck, and I cannot remember it now off the top of my head, but I'll have to see if I think I have a voice recording of it. I'll delete this. So I'll go back and listen to it and see if I can recall. But anyway, there's a really cool story about that fire truck and how it got to Disneyland.
I feel like the Main Street vehicles, we're in the weeds, but I feel like the Main Street vehicles are super easy to overlook. Like they really are super easy to overlook because you're excited, you're there, you see the little mini castle for the first time, and you're just trying to get to where you're going, but don't sleep on them.
No, they're fun.
All really great.
The omnibus is fun.
The horse and carriage is fun, especially if you get a feisty little horse that won't move.
One of the Main Street vehicle drivers, I think he mostly does the fire truck, but he's a long timer. Yes, he's been there for a long, long time.
And a little pro tip, that if you are busy and you're running through the parks, weather permitting, those are going to be open after the park closes. They'll be down at the hub, and they'll be driving people down Main Street to exit the park. they want you out of the park as soon as possible.
Right.
So they will help you get there.
But it's pretty magical to ride down Main Street in the dark.
And we've done that before. And the cast members are fantastic that run those vehicles. And I know that I'm guessing probably a lot of you listening have never ridden a Main Street vehicle. Give it a try next time you're there.
For sure.
Sorry, weeds.
It's all good. Okay, I think that's it for the 70th stuff.
I think you're
maybe.
right.
So let's move on to Season of the Force, which is
Season of the
coming up
Force.
starting before May 16th. So this is...
So soon, actually, March 28th.
Yes.
So Season of the Force is going to run March 28th through May 11th. I want to go write copy for Disney because some of this makes me laugh. Because
they're funny, aren't they?
this is what it says. Let me read this little first paragraph to you. Grab your appetite and your sense of adventure because galactic journeys await. Season of the Force is blasting back to Disneyland Resort March 28th through May 11th. And you know what that means.
Plenty of bites that are out of this world.
Anyway, kind of fun.
That's what I knew it to mean.
I knew what it meant.
That's what popped into my head.
Exactly what I thought. How many menus have you looked at for your trip next week? Have you been scouring menus yet?
Mostly for Universal because I'm not very familiar with Universal.
Yeah.
So no, I haven't done a whole lot of menus besides Universal.
Okay.
I'm in Flower and Garden. We've been so many times. I know there's some new things, but
Yeah.
we'll probably do the old standbys because we love them so much.
Yep. Walk around and just eat all the good.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
So, Season of the Force.
Toy Daria Swirl's coming back.
Yes.
It's polarizing. You don't like it?
I don't know. I've never had it.
Oh, you haven't?
Uh-uh.
Oh, this is a family favorite of ours.
Really?
I don't love it, but my family does because it has like tahini
Okay.
and a little mango and mango jellies in, I don't even know.
It's not a blue milk, green milk thing, though?
It is.
Oh, okay.
So it's
that's
green
why I
milk.
haven't ever had it because I don't like either of the flavored milks.
So my family prefers green milk, which is interesting because I feel like blue milk typically wins that battle. So the Toy Daria Swirl is green milk with chili lime seasoning. They can't call it tahini. And mango popping spheres. Anyway, my family really likes it a lot. It's got a lot of tahini in it, and I'm not a big tahini fan, so it's not my favorite, but man, it's the thing that my family wants all the time. In fact, if I were to tell my husband that it's available at Disneyland but not at Disney World, he might
like,
make us
change
switch
your
coasts.
trip.
Yep.
That's funny. I wonder
is
if you could
funny.
make something like that at home.
I probably, if you knew what you were doing to make that green milk.
Yeah, I
which
think
is
that's
just a coconut
proprietary.
base. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, some of the things that you can look forward to having, Docking Bay 7 is going to have the
Dewback.
Here we go with the weird names.
Neither of these are new, though.
No.
I remember these from last year.
Dewback chili noodles
Spiced fettuccine noodles and gingered ground pork. It sounds yummy.
with Brussels sprouts leaves and shredded red cabbage. I'd eat that. That sounds good.
And then the fried chicken bows also sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would eat either of those.
Yeah.
And then we talked about the Toy Daria Swirl already, but Oga's Cantina's got a couple things coming back and some new things. Oga's Obsession, that was one of my kids' favorite things when Oga's
Is that
Cantina.
the Petri dish?
Yes.
That's weird.
They love it. It's just Jell-O. It's Jell-O with popping candy and boba in it.
It looks like...
Oh, and Nerds now. That's new.
It looks like...
Grape candy pebbles. We can't call them Nerds.
And a bursting dried fruit mixture.
That would be just like dried strawberries.
But it's bursting.
I think it probably just means it bursts in your mouth because it's freeze-dried, right?
Or could it be popping candies of some sort? But
Oh, yeah. Yes,
it looks
you're right.
weird to me. Like, it just looks like a Petri dish.
It
I
is.
have too much microbiology in my past to really appreciate this. It looks weird.
Got fungus growing on it.
I don't love it.
Bacteria.
I don't think I could eat it. And how do you eat it?
With a
Like,
spoon.
You just dig it out of the Petri dish? What is
They
this,
love it.
What is the stuff in the Petri dish called? Agar. A-G-A-R.
Yeah.
That's what it looks
I don't
like
know
to
how you
me.
pronounce it either.
Okay. Anyway, they also have the Netra Gal Ale. Seriously, you guys, this is always my favorite menu to read just because it is.
Why is gal not capitalized is my question. Is that on purpose?
Gal
or
supposed to be capitalized?
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
It seems like
Netra Gal Ale. It's white Wampa Ale. What's a
Sounds
Wampa?
good.
What's a Wampa?
Yeah,
here.
that's a Wampa.
Is it? I'm going to Google it. What is a Wampa?
Oh. Or is it the big white guy?
It's a big white guy.
The big white guy that lives in the ice caves.
I would say he's an ice cave guy. He looks like a Yeti.
He's the one that holds Luke Skywalker captive by his ankles in the ice in
The Christmas special?
No, in The Empire Strikes Back.
He's got blood on him in some of these pictures.
He's from Hoth.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
White Wampa Ale.
Okay. With apple cider and cherry puree.
Mm-hmm. And it can come in a mythosaur mug, which I haven't seen a picture of that, but it sounds intriguing.
What's a mythosaur?
I don't know.
Google.
Mythosaur mug.
What is a mythosaur? Oh, it's from The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a large legendary creature.
I think it's the one that he fights.
Oh, it's
in the
totally,
first season.
It's got horns.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big dinosaur, obviously.
Yeah, I think he fights. There's like some egg that they have to get from the mythosaur in the first season of The Mandalorian. I think that's the thing he fights.
You guys,
for the
thank
egg.
you for joining me on my journey to learn about the Star Wars universe.
And then the Grinning Loth Cat drink will be back. That's guava juice, coconut milk, lime juice, and pure cane syrup topped with basil crystals.
Ugh.
That's interesting.
I don't like basil. I don't like basil in drinks.
Non-alcoholic. That's Loth Cat.
Loth Cat's the cute little cat that kind of is
Yes.
Cheshire Cat reminiscent.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is from, Ahsoka.
Okay.
It's from lots of Star Wars lore, but I think most recently people have seen it in the Ahsoka series.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then there's another drink, High Republic something. Okay. Ronto Roasters. This one's my favorite of all of them so far.
The whole menu or just the first one?
Just the first one. The fried
Falumpasset
cheese skewer. What's a falumpasset? Google.
Oh my gosh.
What is a falumpasset? It is a large herbivorous mammal that was domesticated by the Gungans.
Gungans is right.
It looks kind of like if what's the sloth's name on Ice Age? Sid the Sloth. It kind of looks like Sid the Sloth would look if he walked on all fours and was a dinosaur.
And was a mammal because obviously you have to be able to milk this animal to get cheese. Because it's a fried cheese skewer. There's your daily dose of reality for your food. It's
what did we talk about recently that had this?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's reminiscent of the corn dog castle, but that one was rolled in fries.
Oh yeah, this one's rolled in falumpasset cheese.
Well, no, it is
straight from the teat.
It's made out of falumpasset cheese, rolled in crispy potatoes.
Oh,
and then you dip it in a mustard cheese dipping sauce. I think it sounds tasty. It sounds kind of like your fried cheese thing from Corn Dog Castle.
With a little potato in it.
There you go. This is new.
But they call it crispy potato here. They don't call it fries.
Right.
Hey. They listened to our episode last week because we talked about this. Like, why is it fries? Why is it not just potatoes? Here we have potatoes.
There you go.
Interesting.
And then you can wash that down with a Keshian spiced milk tea.
Named after Kesha. She's very...
Correct. Oh, there's no $sign, though.
She's very popular in the
Star Wars universe.
Out in the galaxy. Milk tea, horchata jelly, and caramel sugar crisp. Yes, I would do that. That sounds good. Horchata jelly.
You're a horchata fan, right?
I do like horchata. I like
horchata
a good horchata
jelly. Interesting. Okay. And then the cold brew black calf, our favorite named thing.
And why are we including this in the menu?
I don't know.
This is just available all the time.
Well, it says here currently available on late night menu only.
Nonsense, because I got it when I was there 2-3 weeks ago, however long ago.
At Ronto Roasters.
Oh, no. That's why.
I think that's what it means, is you can get it all day now at Ronto Roasters, but only during Season of the Force. Galactic Grill is going to be celebrating some Season of the Force as well. So across the entire park.
Because it's galactic.
We've got the Galactic Euro Burger.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Angus beef and vegetable patty, Havarti cheese slice, feta, tzatziki sauce, cucumber, tomato, and red onion served on a toasted ciabatta bun. It looks good. I would try it. Yeah. Sounds great.
And then a loaded outpost fries, which is actually fries and onion rings, topped with barbecued pulled pork, cheddar, and Monterey Jack blend. Pickled red onions. I love pickled red onions. Pickled red onions.
I do too.
I can't say it. Roasted corn, sour cream drizzle, and green onions.
That one looks pretty good. It's just like a big old pile of stuff. The pistachio cherry parfait. I don't know why you wouldn't just bring back
Darth by chocolate.
Right. I understand that it's a Halloween thing, but I feel like this is appropriate. But okay, whatever. Pistachio cherry parfait, layers of pistachio mousse, red velvet cake, cherry pie filling, chocolate pearls, and chocolate popping spheres. They've had something similar before, but this is designated as new. So who knows?
There you go. And then a few slushies and there's a
Coca-Cola slushie.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting.
So, but here's a little trick for you. Over at Edelweiss Snacks, they always have a Coca-Cola slushie there. So
they do?
You don't have to wait for Season of the Force to get your Coke
Oh,
slushie.
that's nice. They also have a blue raspberry slushie. They also have a passion fruit limeade. And they have a pico punch. Pineapple, coconut milk, lime juice. That sounds good. I'd try that.
I feel like you'd call it Pico.
Maybe. I say pico, pico, pico. Churros. You get the red churro and the blue churro. That's every year.
Yes, but I don't think it was a spiced red cinnamon churro before. It
Was
doesn't
it
say
not?
it doesn't say new, but I feel like they were both like one was cherry and one was blue raspberry.
Maybe.
I could be wrong. But I feel like that has been reserved for Senior Buzzes. That spicy churro.
Oh yeah, maybe.
The hot tamale churro.
But they
call
don't
it.
say it's new.
No, they don't.
So who knows? Pika pretzel. Pekka? Pika. Pika pretzel, cream cheese filled pretzel, which I love so much, with taro sweetened condensed milk, topped with chocolate creme cookie crumbles.
I feel like people liked this one last year.
This is only available through May 15th.
Yeah, it's not new. I feel like people liked it. It sounds really sweet.
Wait a second. I said that like it was some big information. Hold on. So it's available a little after. A lot of this stuff actually is showing available through May 15th. So through the weekend after Season of the Force ends, I would imagine. And then just a bunch of treats over at the hotels. And, of course, you're going to have a new popcorn bucket, a new sipper.
Which I kind of want that one. It's cool. The Death Star one.
Yeah, it is really cool.
And a coaxium sipper. That's really cool, too.
I don't know what that is.
That is from the coaxium is the stuff that you're trying. Well, you haven't been on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. So
no, but they did also show in this video how it works.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Which I've seen it before.
Have you?
Right before it came out, they did a little deep dive into how it worked in the 7 chambers and how it rotates and all of that. So
and
I've
how
seen
they're
that
all
before.
independent. So if one breaks down, they can still run the others.
Yep.
And then there's apparently 4 different turntables or something.
Yep.
It's cool.
And I've been on one when it's broken down and they've loaded us into a different one. Like they walk you out of that one and walk you into a different.
Very interesting.
Anyway, a little bit of news on that really quickly. Oh no, we'll talk about South by Southwest.
In a second.
Stuff after
Sure.
that. Okay. Little teaser. There's something new coming to the Millennium Falcon.
Scroll down just a little bit. Oh, there's the Mythosaur mug.
The Mythosaur mug, and that's the symbol of the Mandalorian right there, sitting on the front.
It is?
That Mythosaur mug, yeah. So I guess, well, maybe. Google what the Mandalorian symbol is. I swear it looks just like that. Those swizzle sticks are cute.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Good job. The Mandalorian crest.
There you go. So it's a mythosaur. So he apparently has a relationship with a mythosaur. It's his thing.
Yes. Okay. The swizzle sticks, the lightsaber swizzle sticks. Very cool.
Super cute.
I posted about these on our Instagram, and immediately someone texted me and said, "But can you only get 2 per person per transaction for your wedding?" It doesn't say this, so this might be good for if you're having a Star Wars.
Oh wait, no, that's the orb sipper.
If you're having a Star Wars wedding, guys, get yourself some of these lightsaber swizzle sticks. They light up. They're really
so
cute. They're really fun.
We have chopsticks that are lightsabers.
I was
that
going
light
to
up.
talk about
They
them.
kind of look like that.
Somebody had them at our White Elephant Christmas party a couple of years ago, and they were a hot commodity.
Yes, they're very cute.
Yes,
they're not super functional.
Okay, so the acid spitter orb sipper is limit 10 per person per transaction, so you could stock up on those pretty easily.
But not the Tauntaun bucket. So
No.
if you wanted that for your
2 per
wedding, you'd
person.
have to bring extra people with you.
And really, you should. This is classy. You should want the Tauntaun bucket for your wedding because it's white.
I feel like you should hang them from the ceiling and put some sparkly lights on them.
Yeah. He's got a little backpack.
He's adorable.
Oh, my goodness. I love it so much.
The Jawa sipper is new.
I feel like these episodes are kind of follow along. Like you should be pulling up the document that we're looking at and following along so you can be with us as we discuss
We should do
it.
that disclaimer at the beginning.
We should.
Please pull over if you're driving.
Please save this episode for later when you have time and follow us over to www.
And then a couple of returning novelties, the Sap Tap Cup and the Lothcat souvenir mug.
Wait,
very
have we
cute.
talked about the salvage? I think we have.
Yeah.
The clone trooper bucket.
It's new this year, but they had a different version of it last year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and they also, I feel like, released a little bit of information about this. Oh, that cat is really cute.
I know. I love that Loth
It
kitty.
is a really cute cat.
Loth kitties.
And then Disneyland After Dark, they also announced some foodie things there, too. A porg belly sandwich. I don't know.
I don't think I want to eat a porg.
I don't know how
They're
I feel
too cute.
about that.
Porg belly sandwich. That's hilarious.
Anyway, that's
The
throughout
Wookiee-
the whole resort, not just in Galaxy's Edge.
Right. The Wookiee Whoopie pie looks good, though.
The Wookiee Whoopie pie does look good. That's going to be an alien pizza planet.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the kids' picks.
Oh, what does your kid want to eat?
I don't think my kids at young ages would have eaten a Pekka pretzel, a purple pretzel with, well, I don't know, maybe.
But will your kids enjoy the fried Falumpa cheese skewer? Not if they know where the Falumpa cheese came from. Maybe not.
I mean, if you think really hard about where regular cheese comes from, you probably wouldn't eat it either.
And moving on.
Pretzel lightsabers and a Millennium Falcon chocolate lollipop at the Grand Californian. We didn't talk about those, but those are returning, and those are really cute. Cool. Very, very Instagrammable treats.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about South by Southwest a little bit.
Yeah. So
Katie doesn't think we already talked about this. I think
really
we did.
Don't. That's going to be funny when I go back to edit.
Yeah. There's going to be some new scenes on the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Some Mando and
Grogu.
Grogu.
I call him Grongu. I don't know, because my puppies have a Grogu toy, and for some reason we just started calling him Grongu. They play with Grongu. Anyway, yeah, Mando and Grongu are coming to the Millennium Falcon ride, and we don't know if this is going to be like Star Tours where it's a random, you get what scene you get, or if they're going to play only Mando for a little while and then switch back and forth, or is Hondo? Is Hondo gone for good?
I don't know.
I've always kind of felt like Hondo was not really relevant to a lot of people. A lot of people didn't really know who he was going into it. I have a Star Wars, the Clone Wars fanatic son who's watched the entire Clone Wars series. It's a lot of seasons.
Which son?
So, Hayden.
Okay.
And he knew who Hondo was.
Okay. Good for him.
I've never seen Hondo on the screen, so he's a really cool animatronic. The story's kind of fun, but I don't know that it was really relevant. So it'll be fun to have kind of a more universally known character and storyline in there. Anyway,
totally.
That's all the info we have on that. The little bipedal walking droids that we had in testing at Disneyland this last summer, I believe, are coming to parks across the world now. So it sounds like they're going to be a staple.
And they're so cute.
They're so cute. I still haven't seen them in person. I haven't been able to be there when they've been out and about, but I'm excited to see them someday.
I know. I want to also. Someday.
Mm-hmm. And was that it for Galaxy's Edge news?
I think. I didn't really pay attention to South by Southwest, although I did see.
I just got blurbs like on Instagram and stuff every once in a while.
Yes, and there's some really cool East Coast news. They They showed, first staying on the West Coast, they showed the vehicles and also this video that I was telling you about. Really go watch this video on YouTube. But talked a little bit about Stark's flight. What's it called?
Flight Lab.
Yes. And that they will be adding at DCA. And it showed some of the vehicles. And they talked about how they wanted them to look a little like dancers. And they decided to embrace the mechanism that moves you, that clicks in and moves the seats. Typically, they would try to hide it, but they decided to embrace it, and they had dancers come in and dance so that they could watch how they moved. It was cool. It's a cool thing.
Cool.
It was cool to see this behind-the-scenes info.
That's fun. They did. They showed us a little sneak peek of that video that they showed at South by Southwest at our marketing thing, and I remembered thinking it looked kind of a lot like Forbidden Journey, which a lot of people are comparing that to it. But now that I've seen more of a full video of how it works, it doesn't look quite the same. So hopefully they're not just completely copying Universal, but I don't know. We'll see.
And hopefully I can ride it, because that one at Universal I avoid, because I've heard that it'll make me want to vomit.
Yes.
The coolest thing I saw, though, was the Monsters, Inc. Doors roller
Watching
coaster.
how that works is really fascinating.
So cool.
And it's also the first of its kind.
So cool. It's kind of frightening. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of a thrill ride, which is kind of fun.
I know. I'm excited.
I know. Me too.
As long as they'll move Muppet Vision 3D, I'm totally fine with Monstropolis coming in and taking over that area.
Right. Give us Muppets 3D on the West Coast, and we'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Oh, and one more thing that they showed was how the ride vehicles and mechanism is going to work on the new Cars ride that's going in at Disney World.
If they ever get approved.
Right. I think they are approved now at this point. They just had a little delay. But I'm actually kind of excited for this. I'm not thrilled that they are removing the Rivers of America over there. to make way for, more concrete. But I do feel like this land is going to blend in well with the Big Thunder area.
Yeah.
It's an off-roading adventure. It kind of looks like it'll feel like the Indiana Jones ride a little bit.
That's cool.
And then the other thing is I heard about Indiana Jones.
I was just going to say,
at Animal Kingdom, that it will be nothing like the one on the West Coast.
Which makes no sense to me.
Because it's the exact same ride.
Right.
Already.
Okay.
So are they just spending more money to make it different? Or do they just mean it's a different storyline? Who knows, right?
Right. It's not going to be the exact same ride, obviously. But also, yeah, I'm curious what they mean by that. Because I saw that too, that it's going to be completely different.
Right.
And that's great. That's awesome.
And then I saw a little rumor about the new Pandora ride that is coming to the Disneyland Forward project, and that it will be similar to the Pirates ride at Shanghai Disney, which, if that's true, is very exciting. It's a very cool ride. If you've never watched a ride through of that, go check it out. But the technology there is spectacular. So that would be we've mused about whether it would be a Flight of Passage type ride or a Navi River. It'll be probably somewhere in between that, which is really, really cool.
Cool. Is that it?
I think so.
Okay.
So last but not least.
Which we meant to talk about this last week.
Yes.
But sometimes we struggle. It's fine.
Not sometimes. Sometimes we're on it is really what we need to say.
Sometimes we get it right. Hey, guys. Okay, so we hit a bunch of cool goals for us. We'll tell you, we hit 4,000 followers on Instagram. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, head over there and do that. We hit 500,000 downloads of our podcast, which is huge, and we're very excited about that. And we got the 500 plus. We're at, I think, 515 now on Apple Podcast reviews. And so we're going to do a little giveaway. And since we were really pushing for those 500 reviews, we decided to give you 500 quarters, which is a $125 gift card, Disney.
Yes, and it's one of the cute little Food and Wine gift cards that are brand new and exclusive to that event. So if you haven't been able to go to Food and Wine in person, this is your chance to get one of those gift cards. It comes with a pin, too.
It does come with a pin.
Cute.
It's very cute. We'll share about it on our Instagram. Like I said, if you're not following us over there, we are still trying to figure out exactly how we're going to run this. It might just be a Google form.
Right. We want to make sure everybody can enter, even if you're not an Instagram follower.
We'd really like you to be an Instagram follower.
Yes. If you're not,
yes. But if you're not, we're going to figure out a way to make it work. And
so we'll post about it in the show notes. We'll post about it on our Facebook group. We'll post about it on Instagram, and we'll make it possible for everyone to enter that wants to.
Yes. And because we appreciate you guys so much. So much. We appreciate you hanging in there when we're not on our game.
Yes.
We appreciate.
We're just two amateur middle-aged moms doing the best we can, guys.
We appreciate you.
We do,
creating relationships with us.
Yes, and we would not.
A lot of you friends.
We would not still be here if it weren't for all of you guys. You make it more fun than we even thought possible. So
totally.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for all your reviews. Thanks for following us.
Thanks so much. And yeah.
So, and if you're not following us on those platforms, go ahead and check us out. Go follow us or go join our Patreon. We are doing a meetup tonight for that, and we do those monthly. And Aaron and I are going to be off the grid next week.
We are.
Off the grid, but still doing Disney things.
We're going to be at Walt Disney World and Universal Studios Orlando.
Yes, we're going to be doing some research, having some fun with our families, too.
Yes. We have some really cool things happening that we'll be sharing. Follow us on Instagram for sure to keep up on that.
Yes.
And then if you haven't joined our Facebook group, Rope Dropping and Park Hopping, join us there.
So next week we are planning to publish a previously recorded episode.
Maybe.
So
if we can get it.
Hopefully we're not dark next week. We're going to try and figure that out. Otherwise, we will see you when we get back.
Have a good spring break if it's your spring break.
Yeah.
Because we will be having a good spring break on our own.
We have an early spring break, I think.
We do.
Compared to everybody else.
I know.
No, some people have it like Easter week, which is like a month from now. That's crazy.
I know.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye. Calling all Disney enthusiasts dreaming of a magical escape? Look no further than Mouse World Travel, your Disney vacation experts.
Whether you're enchanted by the magic of Disney parks, setting sail with Disney Cruise Line, embarking on an Adventures by Disney journey, or relaxing in paradise at Aulani, we've got you covered.
Our team of experts will craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. From park tickets and dining reservations to exclusive perks and personalized itineraries.
Ready to make your dreams come true? Visit mouseworldtravel.com and tell them Rope Drop and Parkhop sent you.
Mouse World Travel, where your Disney adventure begins.